Ballinger.
My name is Ryan Gonzalez.
I'm Veronica.
Nishan.
And, the company that we're doing is Nike. Introduction, history of the company. Nike was founded on January 25th, 1964, and was originally named Blue Ribbon Sport. Officially became Nike Incorporated in May of 1978. The company was created by Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight. At the time, Bill Bowerman was the head track coach at the University of Oregon, and Phil Knight was actually one of his student athletes. Is a multinational apparel and accessory designer. The company employs over 44,000 employees worldwide and has a value over $24.15 billion.
So a vast majority of Nike's communication strategy primarily stems from its mission statement, which is to bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. What that mission statement has allowed Nike to do is to kind of cater to a much larger demographic rather than a singular one-dimensional one. And the communication strategy is also an extension of the 11 maxims, which are basically like the values that Nike kind of goes by. They are: one, our nature is to innovate; two, Nike is a company; three, Nike is a brand; four, simplify; five, the consumer always decides; six, be a sponge; seven, evolve immediately; eight, do the right thing; nine, master the fundamentals; 10, we are on the offense; and 11, remember the man. So some of them are a little bit abstract, but they definitely tie into what Nike does on a regular basis. So for example, the sponge, that kind of ties in with number 6. What the sponge is actually an HTML-based newsletter which employees get on a regular basis. And this newsletter includes stories about leadership opportunities, global events, the company's corporate responsibility, product developments, and things like that. So basically it's a newsletter which kind of keeps everyone in the company on the same page. And that kind of translates also into the transparent company culture. So since all the employees are on the same exact page and everyone knows which direction the company's heading and how they're progressing, there's definitely a good amount, or a strong amount of candor. And the upper level management also encourages employees to always give their feedback and speak to upper level management about how things can be improved.
So Nike possesses a wide set of core values that encourages employees to embody. And one of the main values is diversity and inclusion. And Nike makes its employees feel included and allows them to grow and prosper as individuals. Nike also uses diversity and inclusion to inspire new ideas, that affect business performance. And here's a quote by Gina A. Warren, which she is the Vice President of Diversity and Inclusion. It says, diversity and inclusion are fundamental to Nike's performance. They will make us better, they will make us smarter, they help our business grow, and they help us connect with consumers. And I think this diversity and inclusion has allowed Nike to become a global company because of its diverse background of its employees. And that's the reason why it operates in more than over 160 countries. So to further expand on the diversity, they also have this network employee system. And the purpose of the network employee system is to create an environment where employees can educate different communities about Nike. And here in the U.S. there are 6 employee networks. One of them is, all of them are. One is the Native American Employee Network, 2 the Latino Employee Network, 3 the LGBT and Friends Network, 4 the Ability Network, 5 the Asian Pacific Employee Network, and 6 the Black Employee Network. Without passing on to share and all innovation.
Before I get into innovation, I have a quick question. How many of you in here have ever bought a Nike product? Okay, show of hands. Okay, so as far as with innovation and products, this is probably the most important thing when it comes to Nike being a leader in the apparel line, and basically selling the products. And it comes down to 3 different specific sources of innovation. First is internal innovation. It starts with the employees that Nike hires. Nike likes to hire people that question, they're basically paid to ask questions. Why are these shoes failing? What can we do to make these shoes better, stronger, or lighter? Second is product innovation. This is probably the most important. Product innovation includes examples of shoes such as the Nike Zoom. Actually, Nike Plus technology, basically you can set up your phone to your iPhone, link example of this innovation is actually these boots I brought that are track uniforms. This one right here is actually a uniform that was worn in the 2000 Olympics that Nike designed. The difference between the two of these is, between this one and the second one that was actually designed in 2004, is that this one is actually 20% lighter, and it actually helps athletes perform a lot better. Third is the marketing innovation, sponsorship of athletes as well as teams, organizations, and countries such as the United States Track and Field. And here's another example of sponsorship of Michael Jordan and the Spike Lee.
Oh, Mars Blackman here with my main man, Michael Jordan. Yo, Mike, what makes you the best player in the universe? Is it the vicious dunks?
No, Mars.
Is it the haircut?
No, Mars.
Is it the shoes?
No, Mars.
Is it the extra long shorts?
No, Mars.
Is the shoes it, right?
Nah.
Is it the short socks?
No, Mars.
Money's gotta be the shoes. Shoes. You sure it's not the shoes?
I'm sure, Mars.
What about the shoes?
No, Mars.
Money's gotta be the shoes.
Now, Nike wasn't the first but their perspective on drawing a parallel between the shoes and the athletes, they were the first to put a correlation between Michael Jordan's shoes and his athletic prowess and how well of an athlete he is. So it kind of left children, adults, anybody that was a fan of Michael Jordan feeling as if they were to buy the shoes, they would be able to play just like Michael Jordan.
Nike's social responsibility, like they said, they promote open communication within the organization, but they also promote social and community interaction by combating universal issues such as like high rates of high school dropouts and poverty, which is why they contribute to projects such as Students Run LA, which is like where students are motivated not only to graduate high school, but to become more physically fit by participating in a marathon, and also Homeless World Cup, which is just a foundation that uses soccer as a means to rehabilitate homeless people. And these are just both primary examples of how Nike uses its company philosophy to influence, inspire, and make a change largely through the use of athletic activities. And then culture, like we said, like Nike maintains a corporate environment of candor and transparency, so it allows employees to come into work in casual wear, which is why we're dressed like this. And it's just like a way that encourages employees' innovation and creativity. And it just creates a laid-back environment. And Nike also keeps employees conscious of its history. Like for instance, they keep a Winnebago in their headquarters as a place to hold conference meetings, because co-founder Phil Knight first sold shoes out of one of them, and then they also displayed a waffle iron that the other co-founder Phil Bowerman destroyed while attempting to make the first rubber soles on his Nike shoes. And they're just displayed like museum pieces, which embed a sense of value and history and like a shared culture throughout the